Hello and welcome back to Otaku Oasis podcast, where today I'm here with Eric, Matt, and other Matt, who's friend Matt, little brother Matt. Just say hi.
Big
both of
friend
you.
Matt. Oh, big friend.
Yep, your name is Matt. Welcome to the Matthew Army.
From now on, we just need to synchronize our. I'm Matt.
I'm Matt.
I can't speak.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
too much. I'm Matt.
Anyways, today we're here under the assumption that there will be a June direct on the 29th. So we decided to put up our predictions and whatnot, and so we're going to start with discussing them. Do you want to start with your side of the board, Eric?
I mean, we just kind of go through like if we have the same thing. Like I know my first one's Donkey Kong. You also have a new DK.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to preface this a little bit. We're recording this just hours after the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 direct,
Which was really good.
Yeah, we made these bingo codes the day of the Fire Emblem leaks.
Yeah.
And I was going to put Fire Emblem down before the leaks.
Yeah.
We had talked about Fire Emblem before the leaks.
Yeah,
and the
but
leaks kind of confirmed it.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, I think we were due for a new
Yeah,
Fire Emblem.
I agree. I think we would do for a new Fire Emblem, but we'll get to that later.
Yes, there's a new Fire Emblem game.
So Matt had zero interest in anything but Breath of the Wild, but I think
Until
we
he
just
said Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Because he likes Three Houses.
But yeah, so let's just go down the list.
I mean, you could talk right now, Matt.
Yeah, it's recording. We introduced you.
I know, but I was just like. Didn't want to just be like, there's a new Fire Emblem game?
Yeah, it's a new Fire Emblem.
Yeah, there's a new Fire Emblem game that leaked.
Oh, let's just look at it.
Okay, so Donkey Kong. I don't have any strong things. I just think we're due for a new Donkey Kong.
I don't find it too likely, considering that Retro is also like the ones working on Prime 4. But who knows? Potentially those rumors of like the Nintendo team actually working on Donkey Kong Country may come true. But like again, it's just like rumors that I've heard.
So my whole thought is just like, what was Retro doing? Retro didn't nothing since Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. And they said they were working on something, and then they got caught up in Metroid Prime 4 later. We never got what Retro was working on.
Yeah, I feel like it may have gotten delayed once they got picked up for Prime 4.
Yeah, I'm just like, which I guess makes sense. Prime 4 is probably the bigger thing. The fans want more. So it's like, yeah, like you're thinking, wait, we're gonna.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just like, what was Retro doing? Did Retro have nothing going on for that long?
Yeah, no clue.
So that's why I'm like, I don't believe we're gonna get a new Donkey Kong. Like, I don't strongly believe that, but
It's a possibility.
yeah.
Just thinking of things that kind of need a new thing recently.
That was a lot of this list of me just like, I actually like, I was this was really hard to make, because while I was making this, I'm just like, Nintendo's kind of done everything with their franchises at this point. So it's like, they have to have a dip.
No, I definitely did a few stretches. I know my three that are probably the biggest stretches on my
Oh,
list.
I have huge stretches. I have Golden Sun. I don't think that's gonna happen. I have.
But yeah, let's just continue down our list.
Yeah. Do you want to take the next one, or are we just doing it off my list and we'll?
We'll just do it off your list and then cover anything that's in mine.
Okay, so then Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. I think it's safe to say it's gonna be there.
I actually don't think it's gonna be there.
I think it's a 50-50.
Yeah. It's a 50-50 as much as I hate to say it.
Yeah, I also don't want to admit the fact that it's a 50-50. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
You see, I'm the other 50 who thinks it won't be there, and we won't see it until the October direct in order to drum up more hype.
It's like I want it to be there, but I also am logical enough to recognize that there's a good chance it probably won't be there.
I know it got delayed, but it's coming out at the same time as the original, about the same time frame as the original.
Assumedly, we don't know. It's
Yeah.
only been mentioned as spring 2023.
Which is about the same time.
Yes, it
Came
is.
out in March, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So my thought is just like, they did the big unveiling of Breath of the Wild that E3 before merge.
That is true.
So I'm like, now would be a good time to do the big unveil,
Really
showing
Breath
it
of
off.
the Wild trailer.
Yeah, but that's that's under the assumption that this was meant to be for an E3 direct. They put because the announcement for E3 not happened a few months in advance, so they probably they could restructure it. They could have restructured it in any way.
Oh, yeah. No, but I think either way, just it's a good time to do the unveiling now and then drum up more hype.
I think it's a good time to reveal 4 with a teaser. Honestly, Prime 4.
Yeah. That's the problem is that they have so many big games that are all in the wings waiting So it's like, okay, which game is gonna get it now? They can't all get it at the same time.
I mean, they could make it the hypest direct of all time.
They could make the hype
There's
full
a
time.
non-zero chance they make
And
it.
then we just don't get a direct for a year.
Yeah, no more directs after this.
Yeah, it's like, could we get Fire Emblem, Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2?
No more directs. we release games when we release games. You find out.
Yeah, you're just
you'll,
gonna.
you'll just see the trailer pop up in your feed at like
You'll
6
just
a.m.
walk
in the
into
morning, because
GameStop
that's
and,
when
hey,
they
look,
drop the trailers.
You'll just walk into GameStop one day and say, "Hey, look, there's a new Zelda game. When did that happen?"
No, there's gonna be no more trailers, no more directs. There's just
Digital
Yeah,
only.
we're canceling all our Nintendo YouTube channels.
they're just
You
releasing
will find
games.
out games when they hit shelves.
Yes,
Actually,
that'd be so hype.
that would actually be kind of dope.
That's what they do for Breath of the Wild too.
People just walk into the store like, it's out, guys. Like Twitter will
Yeah,
go up.
but anyone who walks into the store is forced to sign an NDA so they can't talk about it out. So the only way you find out is if you go into a store.
I would actually be down for that.
That would actually be
But
really
how would
fun.
you do it for digital stores?
You gotta sign an
You don't.
NDA. You sign it. They force you to
Well,
sign
here's
an
the thing.
NDA.
Here's the thing: the Switch does not have a digital version only. Like, for Sony couldn't do that, or Microsoft couldn't do that because they have digital version only, so they would be messing people up. They could make a physical only game.
Yeah, they
No
could,
more
but they-
eShop.
Just,
No more
just
eShop.
delete the eShop. Wow.
No more DLC.
Yeah.
No, you can still buy DLC in stores.
Yeah, you have to physically buy DLC.
Oh.
They have the
Well,
DLC
no,
cards.
no. You have to do it through their in-game transaction service. It's like the Wii Shop from back in the day where they put no instead of yes on them.
Oh my gosh. I guess moving on from that, I don't know.
I mean, do you have anything more? Like, what
It's
do you
Breath of
want
the
to see,
Wild 2,
or
like what I want to see in Breath of the Wild 2? I don't know.
I want to see more.
I want to see a more.
story.
I actually want to see less.
Actually, you know what? Honestly, I'd be down for less story.
I want more of like what is
More gameplay.
more gameplay. What is the hook of this game? Because it's the same world as Breath of the Wild.
Not entirely.
Well, they claim it's the same. They
Well, no,
said
it is
it's
the same. It's
world,
the
but
same
there's
world,
a-
but there's a lot more.
Yeah, so I'm like, what is that a lot more? And
It's
what is
Sky Islands.
That a lot more has to be story stuff.
That a lot more. Dude, could you imagine if it was the Sky Islands are just like the ruins of Skyloft?
that'd be cool.
But also, like, there's the whole, like, if you've watched anything on, like, analyzing the
Oh, I've been
Breath of the Wild
purposely
2
avoiding
trailer,
them.
it's like,
The only analysis I've seen is the one I did by myself when we watched that trailer the first time.
what were you saying though, Matt?
well, there's, like, from what we've seen, so there's some ruins that are in regular Breath of the Wild that hint towards, like, some civilizations we don't see.
Yeah, there's two. There's the Lomai and the Zonai.
And so it's like Lona and Zonai, and those are clearly being hinted at being the main focus of this game.
I think that'd be really cool.
And I think if we get a lot more story on them, because they're things that we haven't ever really seen.
Yeah.
Do you think
Um,
there could be a tie between Lonai, Link, Zelda, Zonai?
Potentially.
Maybe?
Like
I
descendants
never
of-
even thought about that.
I didn't think
but
about that either, but that is what we know so far. Is there's
Yeah.
Lona and Zonai,
What if the Lonai?
and they both seem to have technologies.
What if it was Lonai, Zonai, and the Sheikah were the original three tribes, and then the Lonai and the Zonai were either killed off or became the Hylians of Naruto or something?
It would make sense.
I want to learn more about the 10,000 years conflict.
No,
the,
see, like,
the original Calamity. I want to learn more about
that's what it's looking like. This game is based around.
Yeah.
So we're learning a lot more about the story. So
'Cause
I'm hoping it's going to be very story focused.
I want to learn more about like what.
I
like,
hope they
the
do more
king-
story than the original one.
Yeah, I want to learn what led the king to banishing the Sheikah like that. Like it was the technology, but what about the technology scared him so much?
Yeah, I just want to go into this game blind. Not that I don't want this to be in
Yeah,
the
no,
game.
I want to. Yeah, I don't want to.
Um,
I don't want to get any spoilers. That's why I've been trying to.
But like, I want to know
spoilers.
more about gameplay of like how that arm is affecting the gameplay.
Or how the new abilities work.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's my thing.
I'd probably say expect like at least a little bit of a like story if, like in the next trailer if we do get
They're
it.
going to do more story. I just
Well,
don't want them
No,
to.
no, I mean by like in this June, like if it is in the June direct, I'd imagine they'd at least explain why the Sky Islands are in the sky,
Yeah.
and then just go into gameplay. Really, like we wouldn't get a full-on story trailer. I just mean by something that at least gives a little bit to give
Can
like
we do a
reason.
Zelda? Can we do Breath of the Wild 2 episode, a short one after this? Because I have a lot more I want to talk about, and I never got the chance.
Yeah, I can do that.
Alright.
But what's it called? I would like to see Zelda playable. I've seen rumors of that. There was a leak that came out, and it wasn't
Yeah,
a
but
compelling leak.
I've also seen the leak.
Yeah, it was a dumb leak.
That
I
leak
don't
sounds
believe that
fishy.
leak. I don't believe that leak at all. I think that leak is complete crap. Even if Zelda becomes playable, I think that leak was crap.
Yeah.
That said, I want
It would be really good.
From what we've seen, I don't know how they would do
I don't know how they would do
well,
it.
it seems like they get split up, but she has the Sheikah slate,
Yeah.
so they could do like 2 side stories.
What if the arm is no?
Well,
Let's save all the
Yeah.
discussion for the next video.
Yeah, we'll spend too
alright.
much time on this one.
Yeah.
Moving on. Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 3. So this is another one of those big games where it's like they're just sitting on this.
Yeah, but they just announced it. I think they're gonna take a little.
They announced it back in 2017.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we got a huge trailer last time.
Yeah,
I
I
think
feel
there's
like-
gonna be at least one direct.
But I
that
think it's
talking
coming out
about
soon. I think
It
it's
Yeah,
is
I think
coming
it's
out by
coming
the
out
end.
soon.
It's coming out by the end of the year, but they could very well just put it in the fall direct.
Yeah,
Basically.
just because it's coming out soon doesn't mean it's going to be talked about right now.
Yeah, I just feel like it needs it. Like, I don't know.
No, I mean I don't know.
Bayonetta's weird because it has its fan base, but it's not necessarily like a huge game. It's not a Zelda. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But
It's,
even then, like Zelda doesn't seem to be that. Like from what I see, Zelda's not that big online. Like
Oh,
I don't see
yeah.
a lot of people talking about it, honestly.
Well, because there's not been a lot to talk about.
Yeah, but still, like there's not been a lot of Mario.
Well,
and I feel like
it's-
Mario has a huger, much bigger fan base.
well, I think it's just because like there's nothing really to go off of right now
Yeah,
because
that's
there's
true.
nothing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about literally nothing, try the Tales of fan base. We literally don't get any discussion videos ever.
That's true. But yeah, I just think like we need to see more. They need to promote it more. I want Bayonetta 3 to be successful. I like the first 2 games, so I'm not good at the first 2 games, but I like the first 2 games.
Yeah, I'm just of like the mind of like either there's not going to be Bayonetta 3 in this direct, or it's going to be a very small trailer.
That might be, but I just think they need some promotion of it.
Yeah, but I mean, for a lot of their games, they tend to do it a bit closer to the season, unless it's like their big properties like Splatoon 3. You know?
Yeah. I also I do want to know more about the premise of the story because I feel like we don't really have a story premise yet.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because they'd probably say that for an October, like the fall direct. Usually, like they tend to like to drop story trailers closer to the release date,
Yeah, makes sense.
and like that's what they did with Fire Emblem 3 Hopes and whatnot, or Warriors 3 Hopes.
Metroid Prime 4, is this happening?
I feel like we have to at least get like teaser gameplay. I'm not
Can
like
we teaser gameplay?
like not much, but like at least a little bit, you know, to get people interested in it again, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. When did the delay happen? Or
The delay
switch happen?
happened like the delay that they were like restarting was back in like 2020.
So has it been long enough?
I'd say it's been long enough to at least show a teaser trailer.
Well, with COVID as well, like
Yeah,
they started
no.
from scratch.
No, they announced like the delay like at the beginning of it, but even then, like they still had all of 2021. And it's not like they weren't working during that time either.
I mean, I put this on my own bingo card. I think like there's a chance. It's not a non-zero. But I'm just like I don't know if there's been enough time.
I think there has been. At least for a teaser. Like a teaser doesn't take that long to build.
Yeah. Well, I guess the perfect two is. Are we talking CGI or in-engine?
Probably a bit of both, honestly. Like, well, more of like story cutscene into a bit of gameplay.
Yeah, but is that gameplay in-engine or is that gameplay pre-manga?
It might, like, honestly, I couldn't tell you what it would be, but I know, like, I feel like they have to show, like, at least a little bit of the story to get people interested, and a little bit of the gameplay to get people interested. Much
Yeah.
like, or at least even just like a CGI thing, like they did with Breath of the Wild 2 for the first trailer.
Yeah, so I think we might get a CGI thing that's not going to be representative of the final game. And I don't want that, but I could see that potentially, because they probably do know roughly what they want the final game to look like.
Yeah.
So, I can see that. Advance Wars getting its 3rd release date. I thought this game would come out, and then I was like, wait, he's like, no it didn't. And Josh thought this game came out, we had a whole argument.
Yeah, no, I thought it came out too, but apparently they delayed it again, so.
Yeah, so this is the 3rd
Wasn't
time.
that the one that got delayed because of the Ukraine thing?
I don't think it, I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't think
People
it
may have
is.
speculated.
Well,
but-
it happened about the same time, so I think that's why.
yeah, but that's just speculation.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that. I guess because it's about military?
It's about
Even then, it's very, like,
Yeah, it's very colorful,
I don't
childish,
know.
like,
yeah.
it's not based off
It's
real
not-
countries, it's not like you play as Russia.
I don't
It's
know.
not the 3rd game either. The 3rd game is pretty dark from what I hear, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I think we're probably gonna get the third release date. I think that's probably.
The final release date, hopefully.
I'm not gonna say
Let's
final.
just say third. For
Let's say
now.
third.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's-
It'll come out when it comes out.
Let's hedge our bets and say third.
Yeah, how about it just drops in stores? They don't have any more trailers or anything.
Just this game came out like 2 days ago. Did you guys didn't know that?
Yeah.
But like, if this comes out like on the, it'd have to like literally come out this Friday, with no announcement.
And Fire Emblem's coming out this Friday. Or Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I think with the game coming out so soon, assuming this direct comes out after, we're probably gonna get the DLC announcement for this game. It probably won't be what's in the DLC, or at least all.
It'd probably just be an outline, like with
It'll be an outline with like a wave.
like the way that they did it with what is it with Hyrule Warriors: The Age of Calamity.
Yeah. So they'll do it in waves. They'll like say like, oh, you'll get some new characters. There'll be story stuff in the second wave, but like no specifics besides.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's even a bit more true considering the roster is like kind of been data mined.
Oh yeah, the roster has been data mined. We saw that. Do we want to get into that? I know some people count that spoilers.
No, I'm not gonna get further into it than that. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, just knowing that, at least I will say that there are like 3 blank spots, and I don't know if like that's meant for like the full game, or if like the data mine was based off the demo or not, because it did, like people were like, at least on the post that I saw it for, it was like 50-50. But regardless, there were like those 3 slots, and they could either be DLC or something else.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like, I won't go to who or what's in the roster, but just looking at that roster, I'm like, who could they add?
There are a few other characters.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah, a few more from the like the Black Eagles, Adrestian Empire side of it.
Okay.
Actually, there's one from the Golden Deer's Leicester Alliance side of it as well. Because she's still not in the game.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm interested.
Judith. She's the female lord that helps out Claude on the Golden Wind route. You probably don't know her because like she only appears really in the other 2 routes that you didn't play.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, that's about all I guess on that really.
Yeah. Spoilers: Judith is not in the official roster apparently. For those of you that know who that character
At least
is.
based off the leak that I saw.
Yeah. Now we have Mario plus Rabbids 2.
Yeah.
I thought they wanted this game to come out this summer.
No, they said 2020. Like they said it was in early production. I think they said like 2023 is like.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I was assuming it was coming out like soon. I'm like, why have we not seen more of this?
No, I think like literally you can see in the trailer like early gameplay footage.
Yeah.
Which sometimes can be true. It depends. But unless you're like cough cough Pokemon cough cough. But no. Yeah, no. I think they had a projected like time limit of 2023 as well.
Okay, so.
But we could start seeing stuff for it again.
Yeah, so I'm less confident in showing up now than I was, but it's still possible. I wouldn't just rule it out.
Yeah.
I've just been surprised that we haven't seen anything for it. So, I have the first one, and I never got fun at all. Like, I don't think I beat the first area. So.
I forget that game exists.
It's pretty fun. I haven't beat further than the first area either, but it is pretty fun from what I've played.
Yeah. Number 3, aka Free Space.
It's gonna happen just because you got cocky and put it down.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
I mean-
put Number 3 in every one, and I haven't been wrong yet.
I mean, do we want to talk about how Eric set up his bingo board?
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah, because he definitely didn't skew it in any sort of way.
This is the first time.
And it's gonna be so funny when you end up.
I've never. Okay, we've literally done this. Like, not on YouTube, but we have done this since like what, 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
We do a bingo board every direct, and I'll always get like all but like 6 or 7 squares, and I've never actually gone a bingo. And so I'm really banking on a bingo.
Yeah.
Just because how
Yeah, but this bingo isn't gonna count due to your stacking.
it's gonna count.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
This is the last time it'll count, but it's doesn't count.
No, it won't.
No,
It's not that stacked.
you got 2 lines that I could see.
Really?
Wait, what's the second line?
I would say, middle row or second row and middle column. I think those are your two best ones.
Second row. You think we're gonna get Pikmin 4?
No, but I saw Fire Emblem's DLC, Mario and Rabbids. What other one did I see? You said it was Mother 3 was the one that you were banking. You put on the crossstones. That's why I said. What was the other one I saw that I was like, yeah, probably.
I mean, the only his middle row
Actually,
is pretty good other than Golden Sun.
Golden Sun's not happening.
No.
The
Actually, diagonal, like left diagonal down. I think that one's got a.
I was thinking right diagonal down, but it won't happen.
Also-
due to Sonic Frontiers.
Also,
I was thinking. Well, No Man's Sky. That's a cinch. Xenoblade 3 technically counts if it happens before the end of the month.
Yeah, so we made these bingo boards before the direct was
Mario
announced.
Rabbids 2. There's a solid chance for that. Donkey Kong's the only one that that's a toss up.
Yeah, his right diagonal is pretty good too. Just other than Sonic Frontiers, because that's not happening.
You think Pikmin 4?
Pikmin 4. I mean, I'd say it's a less than 0 chance.
Yeah. Okay. What's Kiona?
Klonoa.
Oh.
It's a Bandai Namco series. They actually already announced the remake. I'm like,
I believe it already released.
Ooh.
I was running out of ideas.
You were running
big
out of
time.
ideas at the beginning.
No, so I actually took this from my last bingo board and just replaced stuff that already happened or I didn't think were going to happen.
Also, Yokai Watch is already released in Japan.
Yeah, but it didn't release in America. Now did it?
Yeah, I don't. By what I read up on it, I don't think there's a plan for it.
Oh well, I was running out of ideas. I was literally looking up stuff to just fill up.
Literally, you
places.
could. Literally, I found a better replacement for Yokai Watch than what you put.
What'd you put?
Buddy Mission Bond.
I've never heard of that.
It's a Japanese-only Nintendo-published game of Koei Tecmo, who used. It has art from the manga artist who did One Punch Man.
I've never heard of that though. But okay. Yeah, I was running out of
I only
ideas.
know of it because Roger Space really liked it. Or
Yeah.
liked the look of it.
Do we want to talk about Mother 3 though?
I mean, there's more than it's either going to happen or it's not going to happen. Most likely not going to happen. I put it at about probably a 90% chance that it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
But
the
there's
1/10
still a 10.
the 1/10 is just hope on my part. I know it's copium.
it's
Copium.
It's not that I don't want Mother 3, but I love the joke that there is no Mother 3. So I will happily be wrong, even though I want my bingo. But I put no Mother 3 on every bingo card because I just find it funny. I find the joke hilarious.
Yeah, but at that point you should just replace your free space with it.
I should.
Yeah, but then then you're really screwed.
Yeah, but if it does happen, on the off chance it does happen, then what? I just don't get the free space? No,
Yeah.
But no Mother 3 has to be on every.
I've seen a whole bunch of people literally put No Mother 3 as their free space.
That is really funny.
It is funny, but yeah, I want it to happen, but at the same time I'm just yeah, it's not.
Yeah, the only way I can see it happening is if one of my other predictions ends up being right.
Which is.
Game Boy Online.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Going on Pikmin 4. This game doesn't exist.
I don't know.
What is Ultrive gonna name his Among Us character if this game finally comes out?
I don't know.
Pikmin 5.
Miyamoto keeps on insisting it exists, but
He can insist all he wants.
He claimed that this game was finished
What?
while the Wii
Pikmin
U was
4.
still the main console. He said that before the Switch
Maybe
came out.
we just
this
don't
game was
deserve
finished.
Pikmin 4.
We don't.
Maybe
Humanity
that's what it
doesn't
is.
deserve
Maybe Miyamoto just thinks we don't deserve it.
Yeah. But Pikmin 4, he said was not just in development, was finished in the can, ready to release, while the Wii U was still.
I guess
Yeah.
porting to Switch must have been that bad that they had to scrap it and start over.
But even they ported a lot of Wii U
I
games.
know.
in
I
that
think
time.
people have also speculated this, and I feel like we've brought this up before. But it's Hey Pikmin that people think might have been what Miyamoto was talking about.
I doubt.
I think we've talked about this before.
I
Yeah.
doubt that.
But I don't know. Regardless, Pikmin 4 would have enough hype now because if you look at the sale of Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Wii U, not on the Wii U, Switch, it's done pretty well.
Wait, they ported Pikmin 3?
Yeah, Pikmin 3 Deluxe is on the Switch.
I did not realize that. Okay.
Yeah, Apparently, from what I heard, it sold like about 1.5 million copies.
There's a part later on where I wanted to talk about Wii U because I'm trying to think what Wii U ports we don't have yet.
Literally, all I can think of is Xenoblade Chronicles X, and Monolith Soft said that's not happening.
I want
Star
the
Fox?
Zelda games on those.
You think they want to port Star Fox Zero?
No.
No, the company knows it's a disgrace. Why do you think they've separated themselves from Star Fox for so long?
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna come back to Star Fox or not.
Or at least just don't let Miyamoto run it.
Wow.
I
Was
love
it that
Miyamoto.
bad?
I have great respect for Miyamoto, but
His game design choices nowadays is very
Yeah, well,
very
actually, from what
archaic.
I've heard, he's very old-fashioned.
Yeah. Like, literally, we wouldn't have the story of Mario Odyssey if it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that. I do
honestly.
remember hearing about that.
also we would not have Splatoon at all,
Yeah.
and he would not have.
Some people wouldn't say that's a loss.
Yeah, but Nintendo, it is one of the most successful new franchises.
Yeah, no, it is like probably their most successful like new franchise in a while.
Yeah. So, like, great respect for him. He is a genius. He brought gaming to where it is today. But
He kind of needs to take a backseat now nowadays.
yeah,
Like, you can still be involved in game design, just don't dictate the story.
yeah. Like he very much still has that arcadey kind of
Mm-hmm.
where it's like you're just here for quick bursts of gameplay. And it's like no, story is rapidly becoming more important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Switch shows that story is more important than graphics.
Yeah.
I think that's the key defining feature of the
I
Switch.
mean, I don't know. Splatoon is like mostly gameplay though. So.
yeah, but like,
But I mean, I think
He
also
didn't
like.
he didn't like the gameplay style of it though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also it's like a multiplayer shooter and also whatnot. I mean, also it's not like Splatoon doesn't have like deep lore stuff, you know,
Yeah,
apocalyptic
I
human
forget
race
it.
wipeout
I
stuff. and
forget
whatnot.
it has lore.
it has lore.
Like, I was watching someone
Lore.
discussing the lore of it. I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah, Splatoon has some pretty funky lore. I like it, but it's pretty funky.
Yeah. We already talked a little bit about Klonoa. I love Klonoa 2, Limitator's Veil. Love that game on the PS2. It was great. I'm excited that it's coming. I really want it on PlayStation. I don't know if it's out yet or not on Switch, but they announced it's coming
I
to
mean,
PlayStation
did
on
you look
later
it up?
date.
Klonoa? Oh, no, I did not.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for Klonoa to be announced for PlayStation really more than anything.
I've been playing solitaire.
Yeah, I don't have much to say on that.
Yeah.
Switch Sports is going to get an update. They're going to announce what the next sports are going to be.
I
Golf.
doubt it's gonna be announcing it. I think
They
they're
already
just gonna.
told us this golf.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, because
Well,
they already announced it. I think
They
they're just
announced
gonna
there's going to
announce.
be multiple ones though. I think they're going to announce what's after golf.
Maybe.
Maybe I don't know. I think they just waited to announce like because they have the soccer like leg strap update that's supposed to come out this summer.
Wait, what do you mean soccer leg strap update?
You're able to use the leg strap from Ring Fit Adventure to actually be able to monitor your kicking motions.
Is that
in
not
a-
what they gave out? The physical
like
copy?
no,
But
it's
it wasn't in the game.
no.
Oh, it doesn't work?
no, it's in there for single player. It's not in there for multiplayer.
You can play the game single player? I have not. Actually, I've owned the game and I have not booted it up once. I thought it was only multiplayer and I just never had a chance to play with anyone.
Yeah, I want to get it, but there's a lot of games that I want.
I really did
and
not realize
I
that was
don't
single player.
have any money. The
Get a job. Am I the only one here with a job?
Yes.
Well,
Nice.
problem is I'm like moving again in a month, so I can't really get a job.
Yeah.
Get a temporary job for a
For
month.
1 month?
Yeah. Hey, a month of money is a month of money, dude.
Yeah, but you don't even get a paycheck until.
Don't worry
It
about
depends on where you work.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, you're in the process, but but yeah, that's about what I think for that.
Yeah, I don't have too much.
I doubt they'll announce new sport just yet. I think they'll wait till like the fall one to announce like what their 2 next games probably are for like spring and then summer again, and I think that'll probably be it.
Maybe. I think we could get an announcement though.
Because I feel like they want to probably at least add boxing and what was another sport that they were missing from Wii Sports? That's Spring Classic?
Baseball.
That's right.
I want the playing game again. I know we're not gonna get it.
Oh, yeah, I want
the
the playing game
so
as well.
bad.
Yeah, but it's not Woohoo Island.
I know, but still, give us a new island to explore.
HD
Give us-
Woohoo.
I mean, we
Dude,
could get that as the Mario
we
Kart 8 like DLC track.
Dude, can you imagine if we got Woohoo Island as the DLC track? Dude, that'd be so
Actually,
cool.
isn't it already a track?
No, it
Yeah.
isn't.
I thought it was.
It's a stage
I
on
mean, it was-
Smash Bros.
It was a track in Mario Kart 7, but it hasn't been brought to 8 yet.
That's okay. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I'm like,
sure it could.
no, it came out in 7, so I can understand your confusion. It's
Yeah.
fairly recent.
I didn't get Mario Kart 8 until like late into the Wii U lifespan and didn't play that much of it. I played a lot of 7 though, so
Yeah.
that's why I was like,
No, I completed 7. I completed 8 actually on the Wii U as well, but
I
I
didn't get
haven't
deluxe.
touched it on like the Switch really that much.
I just didn't because I was like, I had bought it and then they announced it for Switch like a month after I had bought it for Wii U, and I'm like, I don't want to spend money on that.
Oof, that's right.
That's entirely valid.
And I'm like, I just bought this game.
I don't blame you.
But yeah,
That's rough.
that said, I do think we will get a DSC update. That was a good segue.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get people. I don't know what the tracks are going to be, but we're going to get the next wave of tracks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Release
the
date.
next,
I honestly thought we already had gotten one.
No, well, I mean, we got the one back
Yeah,
in like.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, there's 4 waves.
I
Yeah,
meant
We got
two.
the first one.
I thought we were beginning the second. So I'm guessing they're gonna treat it like the Smash Bros. DLC, where it's like one every quarter.
Yeah, pretty much. Because we're getting like there's supposed to be one in like the summer dash fall, then one in like the winter, and then the other like the rest of it will carry it into next year.
Cool.
Free space.
Yes.
Then I think we're probably going to get. This one was a kind of a stretch. I think we'll probably get next 3D.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's likely. I'm thinking it might be an Odyssey too.
I
But,
think an Odyssey 2 would be cool.
I don't think it'd be.
I don't think you can really go back, or either that you're gonna have to treat it like what I imagine Nintendo's plan for Zelda is that you're gonna have the Breath of the Wild series, you're gonna have the
Yeah, but
generic Zelda.
yeah, but like 2D Mario isn't happening for a while.
I don't think so.
so.
I know, but you can't go back after Odyssey.
Yeah.
Like we got Mario Bros after like Mario 64, and
But
but
I
like
think
Odyssey's so different that I don't really think you can go back.
yeah, I mean, as long as the guy who's directing Odyssey like directs the 3D Mario's from here on, I think they'll be.
I think
pretty
the Bowser's Fury. I think that was a really good.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I
That
want
was a really
something
good
more Bowser Fury than I want even Odyssey.
I haven't played Bowser's Fury, but what I've seen, I actually thought it looked really
Oh, I
good.
love Bowser's Fury. That was great.
I don't know. I feel. I mean, while it's good for like a side note, I don't think it's like good for the entire game.
Well,
So
you
I
could-
might be the only person. I might be the only person that actually likes 3D World.
Oh no, I love 3D World as well.
Yeah,
but,
I 3D World, unironically, is my favorite 3D Mario game. I think it's better than Odyssey. Or
yeah, I agree with you on that.
I really like
don't know,
Galaxy. I think Galaxy 1 is great. I wasn't
I
huge
didn't
in
get
Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2 in the 3D All Stars.
Who knows? But
Probably just because it's more of the same of Galaxy One.
So
I mean, literally a lot of the stages are the exact same.
yeah.
so
That's why.
yeah, I guess.
I know a lot of people like 2 better than 1. I like 1 a lot better. I love the Common Observatory. I love Rosalina.
One is better. I just
Is
don't
Rosalina
understand
not
the
in two?
Galaxy series.
She's not. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because that game was directed by Miyamoto.
I mean, say it like it is.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, it was for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that was the reason why he's not in it.
No, he's the exact reason why the thing is literally just the starship and the level-based move structure instead
Honestly,
of the common
that-
observatory.
Makes so much more sense now that I think about it.
Yeah.
And like he is literally the reason why you don't have an overworld in Galaxy 2, like a hub area.
That sucks. So what was he not in charge for 64 and Sunshine?
No, I think he was. It's just when he was a bit more willing to do that stuff.
He's true.
Well, he's experimenting quite a bit with N64 because it was 3D, so they
For
had
the
no
first
clue.
time.
Yeah.
What happened?
I honestly don't know who did Sunshine, so I can't speak for that.
Sunshine is just a fever dream.
Sunshine is a fever dream, but like I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
Yeah.
I actually, the first
It's really
time I
just
played
that
it,
you can't skip cutscenes. And those
Yeah.
cutscenes can sometimes be long.
I haven't.
It is
I didn't play it until the All Star Pack, 'cause I didn't have a GameCube. I actually enjoyed it probably more than any of the other 2 games on the All Stars Pack.
All right,
Sunshine.
all right. Now we got the real question. Which one's the better version? The DS version of Mario 64 or the original Mario 64?
I played the DS version.
I don't know. I like what the DS version adds, but the camera in that game.
The camera's bad in both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's at least a little bit better with
Also,
like
Sunshine feels really different.
stick.
GameCube compared to the
All Star Pack.
yeah.
Well, they actually added GameCube controller functionality, so you actually have the analog trigger now.
Yeah. I don't think he's picked it up since then.
I haven't. So I've just played it on my GameCube.
You have GameCube? That's cool.
Yeah, it's mirrored.
But yeah, do you think we'll get a Sunshine 2?
Doubt it.
Too long. It's been too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
I'm like, I
don't
could
want
see
people-
Delfino Plaza potentially showing up in a future 3D Mario game, but I don't think a Sunshine 2 itself.
Yeah, I know I think of the gimmicks, Galaxy has my favorite gimmick.
Oh yeah.
But that said, I'm like, do I really want to play a Galaxy 3 in the year 2022? Like, it's been like a decade
I don't
since.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't need.
It's a nice Switch, but I don't think we're getting that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the next Mario game would be. I wasn't a huge fan of Odyssey. I preferred.
I haven't gotten far in Odyssey, but from when I played, I really liked it.
I got like about halfway through Odyssey.
Oh, I didn't 100% it, but I got like all the purple coins and stuff. And I beat it. Like it wasn't bad. It just it didn't do much for me.
It wasn't bad. I mean I liked it. I just like 3D World more, but that's maybe just because I'm more of a like person.
I like a lot more like linear and focused experiences. It's probably why I like JRPGs better than Western RPGs.
You like linear and focused games, but you also like Breath of the Wild. That's
No,
a contradiction.
That's why you said Breath of the Wild is the exception.
Yeah, I played Horizon Zero Dawn. I hated it. I played The Witcher. I hated it. I played all these Western RPGs. Hated it.
I mean, you played Xenoblade Chronicles too, and you hated it.
I hated that. Like I don't like these open-ended games.
I wonder what
And a
makes
lot of
it
Western games are very open-ended. Like that's why like Breath of the Wild is open-ended, very open-ended, and it is like the one exception. I don't know what it did differently,
Yeah.
but like that's the only one
It'd
that
be
I like.
interesting to look into that and figure out what it is.
I think part of it is that it's the one that actually feels like truly open.
Yeah.
Because like Witcher, yeah, you have an open world, but you have no real reason to go off the path.
That is, yeah, I think that's actually probably it.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I'm open, and like there's incentive to actually go places
Yeah.
instead of just looking at a mini map and being like, okay, next to the next marker.
What do we got next?
Golden Time.
Golden Sun.
Golden Sun.
This was one that I think you recommended me put on. I don't think it's happening.
Oh, I don't think it's happening either. I'd like it though.
I just
It's
want
just a space filler.
yeah, it's a space filler.
I mean, it's also just my fan dream. Like, I know it's probably not happening, but
I don't.
I mean, I can hope that Camelot will come back to it
I
eventually.
had one of the Golden Sun games. I don't remember which one. It's an alright series. One of my favorite.
Yeah, I just feel like Nintendo is lacking like in the classic RPG like type of thing, and Golden Sun was very much that.
Is it a new one or is it a remake?
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind if they port like 1 through 3 to.
I thought there was only two.
No, there's a third one.
Oh, okay.
There are 2 on the GBA and then 1 on the DS. Not a lot of people like the third one, but
Yeah, I knew about the two on the GBA.
it's like Advance Wars. People like the first 2, don't really like the third one.
Fair enough. This one is, I guess, my Golden Sun. Nintendo. I put this on the last few. Please, Nintendo. Please, Nintendo. I want a Nintendo. I know we don't have the microphone, but you can also cheat dogs non-verbally with hand signals, and you have the IR camera, which you showed off by being like, it can recognize hand symbols. You can play rock, paper, scissors. So let me.
I forgot that it has that.
Yeah, let me use the IR camera to teach a dog. I want Nintendogs, please.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not like too big on it, so it's why it wasn't on mine.
I love Nintendogs. That series needs to come back.
Sonic Frontier is not happening.
I realized that they did the Sega Direct.
Yeah, I'm like, did you not realize they did the Sega Central thing?
I did that. I realized that after I made the bingo card, and I was like, oh, well, it's there now.
Yep. I'm like, that's a spot down the drain.
I have several of those. I have Klonoa as well.
It's like why I avoided Capcom like the plague, because they had already announced all their stuff.
I think we could still get some Sonic Frontiers, just like a commercial trailer, but I don't think we're gonna get like new stuff.
Yeah, I mean it'll probably just be in like the real role that they have towards the back end, like these games are coming soon by our third-party developers, and
yeah, that's.
They'll probably have like less than 5 seconds spent on it, which I don't think that counts.
No, it does count, because I remember I put Neo Treywee, and Neo Treywee showed up in that, and we were like, that counts. We're calling it. So that counts. But yeah,
Did we? I think only you said that. I don't think any of us else.
No, we counted that. I counted that. It didn't get me bingo anyways, but we counted it.
Yeah, well, you can't do it this time since you loaded it, so.
Yeah.
Sonic Frontiers isn't on the loaded square.
Still, no bingos count on the sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, we've never discussed what the rules are. I do know some people that do design their bingo board specifically.
And that is cheating.
Yeah.
No, that's not cheating.
If you are designing it specifically with the intent to win,
Yeah.
random is the way to go on that.
Yeah, random is the way to go.
I know people that don't do random, but they design it.
And they're not playing it right.
Yeah, and they're not playing bingo right. Bingo is a very random card.
Since when do you get to make up your own bingo card?
Yeah, exactly. Bingo is always up to chance.
Well, we didn't discuss those rules.
So
this
wouldn't
counts.
think
Not your fault.
I wouldn't think you need
Yeah, it's
to.
not my fault because we didn't discuss those rules.
Those are
and
the implied rules of
No,
bingo.
I'm saying it's not your fault that Lady Luck just isn't on your side. You got to deal with it though.
Yeah.
I'm just
Cut
saying.
me off before I finish my sentence. That's
Yeah.
in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we did not discuss the rules, so this one counts. Everyone
No, it
after this
doesn't.
will be random. Yep,
No,
it
even if you
counts.
get bingo, we won't
We're
count
counting
it.
this.
You can count it all you want. Majority rule says it doesn't.
Yeah, majority rule says no.
I don't care about majority rule. I care about what's in my heart.
Jury in session. Jury says no. Case closed.
Fire Emblem leaked.
Yeah. That's pretty much a guarantee, Square. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a guarantee before the leak, and then the leak happened, and it's like, yeah.
I mean, I felt like it was bound to happen anyways. It's been like 3 years since like Three
Yeah.
Houses, so I'm like, it's about
It's
time.
been 3 years since. Yikes.
Yeah, it's been 3 years. Fire Emblem seems to be on a pretty regular schedule.
Yeah, no, it's usually like about like 2 to 3 years per
Yeah.
like one.
So it's like we're due. Yeah, the console games are bigger, but even then,
Well, I mean, they're reusing their assets from Three Houses basically, so
yeah, there's that too. So I think
which is not a problem really, honestly, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I'm like, it makes it easier to code.
it makes it easier. I'm not a big fan of the art style that they went with Three Houses.
Well, it
And-
looks like from the leaks they're going with a different art style again, but they always tend to change up their art styles. Every
no,
time.
I mean like graphical like style.
Oh well, that's just Koei Tecmo.
Yeah.
They,
Like
they try their best with their 3D environments, and I'm not gonna excuse it. Their 3D like environment stuff isn't like the greatest, but then again, a
even
lot
the
of
models don't look that great to me.
the models aren't too bad. Like I think the models are probably the best thing in Three Houses.
I don't know, I just think we're at a point where they could definitely be higher fidelity than what they are. Like even on Switch, like I'm not.
But yeah, but I mean, just
Yeah.
think of how big a Fire Emblem game is and how many maps you have to design and whatnot. Like, to be all honest, like Radiant Dawn and Radiant and Path of Radiance didn't have much better graphics either. So I'm like, it's honestly not
That
a
was
big.
the GameCube on the Switch. There
Well-
were 3 consoles between them.
Yeah, but even then, I'm like, graphics aren't something I care about in a Fire Emblem game. I care about if the tactics are good.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah,
the tactics are
there
good. The
is a
characters are
balance.
good.
There's a fine line between like graphics and gameplay. Like
I'm like,
graphics
I think the
you shouldn't sacrifice gameplay for graphics, but
Yeah, I'm like the
Yeah.
graphics maybe not the most mind-blowing thing in the world, but I think they're passable.
yeah. Like the Pokemon game, I never understand why everyone hates the Pokemon game graphics. I don't
Well,
see anything wrong with them.
It not at least like Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet look to not be following it, but literally Sword and Shield looks like a 3DS game on the Switch.
I didn't really care.
But
Yeah,
my
but
thoughts like just
It's your first impression on a next-gen console.
Alright,
Yeah.
that is fair, but
Yeah.
it's like
And that's my
it
thing.
felt like another one of the the Spider. Everyone throwing a fit about Spider-Man when they changed the look of a puddle in one of the
Yeah,
trailers.
first impressions are everything though.
Yeah,
At
but,
least like for most like hardcore Pokemon fans, first impressions
Yeah.
are
I
everything.
guess, but like not to be rude, but
The
like
public, sure, the public
grow
isn't gonna.
up, honestly.
The public, no, you can
No,
expect
no,
better things
no.
out of the game.
That's not what I'm saying. It's just
Yeah,
like if you're
it's
throwing a
like-
fit because the graphic
I'm not going to
change.
fit. I just think.
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm just talking generically.
Yeah, I'm just saying like.
And like I think like the YouTuber video I sent you for Legends Arceus
Oh, I
that like gives like a good argument onto why you should at least care about graphics in the most minimal sense of the
I'm not saying like I don't care about graphics at all. Like
And
graphics are
that's
nice.
the thing. Is like I'm not a graphics guy either. Like I don't need the best, most dazzling. But my thing was just like the cell shading, and then like if you can tell that if you remove the cell shading, the faces would be really rough in Three Houses. Like they all kind of just look like weird.
I mean, have you seen Breath of the Wild without cell shading?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild also has that too, but I think Breath of the Wild.
But Breath of the Wild does really
Yeah,
good.
because it has like a watercolor thing on it as well.
Yeah.
Breath of the Three Houses doesn't have like a watercolor effect. It's like just cell shading on like a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but even then, it's not like that bad.
It's not that bad, but it's not.
I feel like you're making a bigger deal out of it.
No,
than
I'm not
it
saying-
necessarily is.
I'm not saying it's unbearable. I'm not saying that it's a travesty. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, personally, I don't find that super appealing. I wish they would have done something different, but they're doing this, so they're doing it. I just don't think it's that great.
Because like Fire Emblem games are pretty big, so.
Well, with the routes, they're pretty much making 3 different games. But
Yeah, but I mean, I could say the same as Xenoblade, but Xenoblade is more of like a 5-year schedule instead of like 2 to 3.
Is it? They've released what 3-4 games essentially
No,
on the Switch.
they Xenoblade 2 back in 2017.
The DLC, which pretty much became its own game.
Yeah, but I mean that was an engine already, so I mean, and also it's literally just one new area that they added the rest of that
They
DLC.
literally released it as its own game.
I know, but I mean most of that's just because the story cutscenes and whatnot. Literally, they only have one new continent is Torna, and basically just like an older version of Gormott, and even then, it's like a very scaled down version of Gormott, and
Yeah.
Alright, where are we
Oh.
at?
But anyways,
Cardinal Beyond.
Fire Emblem.
yeah.
Alright, Xenoblade 3. We already talked about that.
But also, just to finish off that point, the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, literally just an up-res version of the Wii version.
no, they redid the models.
No, they didn't. They only redid, well, yeah, no, they only
They
touched up slightly on the character models. All the enemy models are literally just up-res.
Yeah. That said, like the art style, like I would have preferred them doing like a Xenoblade look with Fire Emblem. Like I thought, like that's what it means. Like it's not that like I need the highest fidelity graphics, but they want something that even looked like the definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Yeah,
but with Fire Emblem, I would be more.
I just think they want to get Fire Emblem games out faster than that.
I think you could still do that, like, because the modeling team is not doing the same thing as the map making team. Those are 2 different jobs. So I think they could spend more time on modeling and still get map making done.
Even then, I think the models aren't too bad in Three Houses, so.
Anyways,
Xenoblade 3 Direct happened today. It was pretty good.
yeah, I was not a fan of 2. I didn't play 1 because I didn't have money and there was other stuff at the time.
Yeah, I have the original one on Wii. That one's. I enjoyed that, though definitely I think the Switch version is far superior for it. And then Xenoblade 2 I liked fairly well. But I think I like the way that 3 is going a lot better than 2.
I hated the gacha mechanic.
It's not honestly all that bad. Like, you're guaranteed to get rare blades eventually.
Eventually.
It honestly isn't hard till, like, you're trying to whittle it down to the final one.
Yeah, which I think, I don't know if I got all of them, but I got a lot of them. But my thought just is like, I got this game, and I have.
I mean, it's not like you have to pay for any of it. Like,
No,
all
but
of it was free.
but that's even worse, because like I can't just get the characters that I want. I have to grind and grind and grind and hope for the chance that I maybe get that character that I want.
It's honestly not that hard. Like, Quirk crystals were pretty, like, common.
Yeah. But then you have to get like the legendary ones for them to be worth anything.
Not really. Common ones work just as fine. Your chances are a little bit lower, but not really. Like, eventually it becomes negligible, you know? Literally, most people just grind up, like, commons because it's just easier.
I mean, I don't know what the rate chance was. I don't know.
And not to mention, the rate chance gets better literally every single time you pull one because they put in a pity system, basically.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, no, there's a pity system, so you're guaranteed to get a rare blade eventually.
That's what I think. It was like, I'm guaranteed to win the lottery eventually.
Yeah, but no, like, it's an actual guarantee, unlike the unlike the lottery.
I don't know. I just wasn't a huge fan. I thought the story was also very contrived. Like, this comes to someone that loves Kingdom Hearts.
I don't really understand, like, your problem with it. Like, literally, I'm rewatching, like, a playthrough of it, and I'm like, no, a lot of this stuff is, like, pretty well explained in the game, so I don't honestly
It's not
understand
that
the
it's
problem.
not well explained, but it's like, I can move faster than, like, I can move the speed of light. I can move faster than the speed of light, so I can bend you. And it's like, okay, but I have the power of friendship and the speed of light, so I can overcome your.
I don't know where your power of light thing is coming from. That's literally, like, only in the one cutscene with Mithra, and even then, Foresight is never brought up again afterwards.
No, it was like Jin that could like bend light, like when they shoot the laser at him.
I mean, yeah, but he's also been defined to be, like, the most powerful blade.
But it was the explanations for it were just dumb. And it's like, of course you can. Of course you can bend light. And then like,
And then I don't even think he really bended it. I think he just reflected it off.
what I don't know about the wording they use, but that's basically what it says. Like, I move faster than light, so I can not be affected by light.
I don't know.
Like,
I'll have to get back to you when I see the end game again, but I don't think the problem is as big as you're making it out to be.
It was very contrived. Prime Trilogy, don't really know if this is happening or not, but I think it will probably happen sometime before 4.
Yeah, I think it's just a good thing to release before 4 so people can catch up.
Yeah. I don't really know if it's going to be here or not, but...
It's like, releasing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition before Xenoblade 3, which has, like, elements from both 1 and 2 in the world.
Yeah, that one person really doesn't want to move Nia, but like, better designed.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nia's also back in the game as well.
What?
So. Yeah, Nia and Melia, 2 party members from 1 and 2, are still alive because, they're long lifespans.
Okay.
You know that a flesh eater has like a good 1,000 years, and this only takes 1,000 years after Xenoblade 1 and 2, right?
I thought flesh eaters had shorter lifespans.
They have shortened lifespans from infinity, but they still have long lifespans.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I don't have much to say about Prime Trilogy. Prime 3 is my favorite. I'll say that.
I don't think that's a controversial take.
Is it?
I don't think it is.
I thought people like Prime 1 better.
I don't know. I've heard Prime 3 from a lot of people, but I don't know. Maybe it's just my selection bias from what I've heard.
I thought I've always heard Prime 1 was great, and then like the other 2 kind of off. Because 2, I didn't like 2 that much. 2 was...
I definitely know people say 2 is the worst out of the 3.
3 is interesting because like you're not alone. I think why people don't like it is because you're not alone. You have a bunch of other bounty hunters that keep showing up, and like instead of having one area that you get to, like one world that you explore thoroughly, you like go to a bunch of different worlds, and so it's very segmented in that way.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't mind it. It kind of reminded me of Ratchet and Clank, but I enjoyed it. But anyways,
Yeah.
Mario Strikers update probably gonna happen.
Yeah. No, they'll probably at least announce it. Probably be like, yeah, there'll be new stadiums and new characters coming out.
We'll finally get Daisy.
Yeah, she'd probably be one of the first characters.
How was Daisy not in the base game? I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. Could not tell you.
She was made to be a sports game character. Literally.
I don't know, Rosalina's more popular.
She was originally in Mario...
Well, yeah, but she's become known for her sports
Yeah.
show-ups and whatnot.
Yeah, but that wasn't her what she was made for.
No, I know. But they never used her in a main line again.
I know, but I'm also being asinine.
Waluigi was literally made just so
That
Lloyd
one,
double
yeah, that one is entirely true. I don't think he's been in a main game.
Nope, he has not. Not even a WarioWare game.
Waluigi is literally only in the party end.
When are we gonna get a Super Mario Sluggers on the Switch?
I thought you were gonna say when we're gonna get a Mario Party, and I was like, where have you been?
No, Super Mario Sluggers.
Oh, we should totally stream Mario Party. Does anyone have it?
No.
Dang it.
Come on, Mario Sluggers for the Switch. Tell me that wouldn't be it.
No, it'd be good. I think it's just also done by the same people who've done Strikers, so it won't be for a while if they're planning on doing a new one.
Yeah. This one is a big wish of mine as well, but it's probably not gonna happen. Kid Icarus HD.
Yeah, not
When
happening.
was the last time we had a Kid Icarus?
It was on the 3DS, but they said that they're not porting Uprise. Like, Sakurai doesn't plan to even go through with that because it's
Are we
just
even
that
Well,
kind
Sak-
of game.
Sakurai hated the development of the game,
Yeah,
but it's honestly amazing.
I've heard the code
game.
is like kind of a mess as well.
So I heard this rumor a while back. I don't know if it was true or not. I don't remember the details too well, but I remember hearing that Nintendo was hiring a team from Bandai Namco to port a couple games or remaster a couple games, and like hoping that just Bandai Namco was doing this because Bandai Namco did have a relationship with Sakurai, so maybe Sakurai's not leading it, but
I don't even know where you heard this rumor, so.
I would have to go back. This was a while ago. I have to go back to find the source, but I remember hearing this. But yeah, I'm just like, Bandai helped with Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Definitely had a lot of Kid Icarus influence in it. So I'm like, I could see Bandai, if Nintendo was doing that, could be working on a Kid Icarus HD just without Sakurai directing it.
I mean, it would be a port, but even then, like,
Yeah.
I just doubt it.
I really want it. I love Kid Icarus. I think it has best voice acting in a Nintendo game by far.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I highly So Splatoon 3. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna get at least like a gameplay trailer showing off like probably new weapon types and whatnot, because they usually like to include like a new weapon type or two.
Yeah, they've been hinting at like some mammalian things, so I think we might actually get the story trailer here.
I don't know. They usually like to save that for like its own direct and whatnot.
Will Splatoon get its own direct?
Splatoon 2 had its own direct, Splatoon 1 had its own direct. I wouldn't be surprised if Splatoon 3 has its own direct.
Well, then that might be. I forgot about that. You okay with Watch 4? I think we already talked about. I needed a filler. No Man's Sky was also a filler.
Yeah, but No Man's Sky seems like a dead end.
Oh, it's most likely going to be like in that like little reel section.
Yeah.
So
There's always news about No Man's Sky.
yeah.
Yeah, like I just need filler in those spaces.
Yeah. All right. So now that we finished up yours, let's cover the ones that I have that differ from yours. So I first had Game Boy Online, which I think we like slightly mentioned, but I actually heard like rumors that apparently it was in the works. So
It would make sense.
I just hope it's on the higher tier.
Honestly, with them shutting down the 3DS shop, like it does not make sense for them to not start making one for every single console, because at this point you're actively losing money if you don't do it.
yeah, I also feel like hopefully like at least going like forward with any future consoles that they keep this system, but like keep the library the same.
I don't know. Nintendo makes some pretty bad calls these days.
Yeah,
At least when it comes online, yeah.
I
don't deny.
wish they hadn't gotten rid of Virtual Console, but I'm gonna praise Sony a little bit here in how they've handled the new system, because you can subscribe to the online system and you get access to the library of games that they have on there, and they have PS1, PS2, PS3 games.
Do they have PS3 games though?
No.
I'm like, don't say what isn't there. I know PS3 isn't there.
It's supposed to be there. I praised them a little bit, I said. But
Don't get ahead of yourself.
yeah, they did add.
I'm waiting for those Tales of things on there. Okay?
But
someone has to do the freaking stuff for Tales of games, because God, do they need to be able to be available.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's way too expensive otherwise.
whatchamacallit? But like with PS1 games, they did add new PS1 games that were not on the stores before, and you can either subscribe to the system, you get access to all of them, or you can pay to have the individual ones you want, just as if you were paying for any download game.
That is pretty nice.
So I'm like, why did Nintendo not do that? Why not have a virtual console so people can buy the games they want without having to pay up for online, or you can online to get the subscription?
Nintendo wants money.
Well, I mean, it's just in their online subscription service. So I mean, it's not like.
Yeah, but you have to pay extra for it.
Well,
unless you're talking about N64.
and that's my issue right there. Is like
I can agree on the N64 part, but I do wish they had like some better games for the NES and SNES. But regardless, a lot of those games are just included, and you wouldn't have to go out and buy them. So
yeah,
I mean,
but that's
in
what's the
some
Sony
way,
thing. But that's the Sony thing. You pay for the Sony subscription and you get those games. You don't have to pay for them individually, or you can pay for them individually if you don't.
yeah,
want to pay
but
the
a lot
extra
of like I think like a lot of those games, even most people wouldn't want to buy individually, like nowadays.
price. I won't pay. I legit thought about buying Toy Story 2 for the PS1.
Okay, I mean, I'm just talking about the difference between an SNES and NES library compared to like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. Like entirely different libraries. Most of which these NES and SNES games are pretty archaic that most people wouldn't want to pay for.
Yeah.
They had them on Virtual Console before, so.
Yeah, but how much? But we don't know the profits from that.
That's true. I don't know.
Yeah. So one of my next ones was new Tomodachi Life.
That would be nice.
I know it's probably not going to happen just because Miitopia is kind of like they're kind of semi in between.
Utopia.
But regardless, like Tomodachi Life, I think like this, like I don't know how they're gonna do it, because especially it seems like they're fading out Mii's, and Tomodachi Life is so based on that and whatnot.
Well, they just released Miitopia, so.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just like if they were to release a new one, how would they want to release it to like future proof it? But regardless, I don't know. I like that daily life more than Animal Crossing. So
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Does anyone remember Miitomo?
yes,
I don't know why I thought about that app the other day. I was like, man, that app should. I don't know why they got rid of that one. That one should just have to stick around.
I never
Because it was literally making no money. It was actually, if anything, losing money.
Are we still on?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should go on.
Yeah. But, yeah.
The screen just fell asleep.
Yeah,
Focus
it's
on.
been an hour.
Yeah. Regardless, anything more to say about New Tomodachi Life, or?
I never played the original. I don't know.
I
Well,
didn't.
we
I,
can't
I,
even play the original. We only have the one on the 3DS.
I like the 3DS
There
one,
were two.
but
There were like 3 more on the DS prior.
I did not know this.
Yeah, it was originally a Japanese-only like franchise until Tomodachi Life released on the 3DS.
I like Tomodachi Life, but I wouldn't say it's better than Animal Crossing because it's got too much of a hands-off feel for me. There's not enough to do in the game. Like, it's too much of a daily thing. Like, you can only do so much. Like Animal Crossing, there's a lot you can do in a day. Tomodachi Life felt like you can only do like so much stuff.
I don't like either of those.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong, but I don't know.
That makes sense, Eric.
I mean you're not wrong, but I don't know. I like the energy that Tomodachi Life.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I liked it.
I
wouldn't
like
mind it
a
anymore.
linear focused experience.
Okay, I mean you can like that as a primary thing. It's not like I don't like other things.
I know, I'm joking.
But anyways, next I had was Buddy Mission Bond. Like I mentioned, it was a JP, like Japanese only game that released. Yeah, I'm just hoping for that. You could probably pull up a trailer to see more of what it's like after this, or right now if you want. But yeah, no, it just seemed like a pretty cool game from what I've seen. So I'd like to see it get ported.
What's next? Arms 2.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Eric didn't put that down. It's been a while since we got the original one.
Yeah, no, I'm like, and I think the original one sold well enough.
Oh yeah.
I liked Arms a lot. I wish it had a more active community.
I mean, it did. A very tight-knit community, but it
Yeah.
did.
But like it fell off pretty quickly as well.
Well, no, like I said, there was still a very tight-knit community that played ARMS till the end.
Yeah.
Is it shut down now?
No, it's not shut down, just mean by like they stopped supporting like for future updates for the
Alright.
game and whatnot.
Yeah. I thought Arms was great. I don't know. I think part of the problem was Arms was releasing the same year as Splatoon.
Released like literally the month after it.
Yeah, and so like people are still obsessed with Splatoon.
Yeah, I think if ARMS like releases like even just later this year, I think it'd probably do better.
I think.
Well, actually, no, not later this year, early next year.
I think they just need to wait till it's not close to Splatoon.
Yeah, no, like wait like about 4 months. Wait till like the
No,
winter.
I think
No,
like a
like
full
4
year.
months is good enough. Usually, a lot of communities die off in 4 to 6 months.
I just hate the Splatoon kill it the first time. I really want this to be a franchise that comes back.
Yeah,
I don't want
because I
them to
like the
same
characters from it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
the
no.
characters from it are really good.
The characters are great. It was very fun. It's a very unique fighting game where you don't have to be good at fighting games to be good at this. Like, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
It's very much rock paper scissors
I just also
versus combo.
yeah. I also feel like they were hinting at a second game because like in the first game like they leave like some things like hinting at it like in some of the lore sections and whatnot.
Yeah. I don't know. I would love to see it. I don't know if we will.
Yeah. And next we got a Kirby Forgotten World update. I just feel like it'll happen because Kirby Star Allies like got out updates after it finished. So
I didn't know to expect updates or DLC. So
I honestly
I would always just expect an update when a game comes out.
well yeah I mean by like content update.
Yeah,
like,
still.
yeah, because no Kirby does like all its content updates for free. Surprisingly.
Most of the big games,
Like, unless
most of the big games titles that come out on the Switch usually get content updates.
Yeah, I mean unless it gets DLC, which I mean.
Still counts.
Well, no, I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I just mean by like, it would be the first Kirby game with the like actual paid DLC. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibilities. It just hasn't happened before, so
Right.
we'll see.
So what's next?
Bravely Default and Second Remaster. I just want those games ported from the 3DS. They were really good games. I know it's a dream, but you know.
I just want Kid Icarus Uprising to be ported from the 3DS. I know it won't happen, but it's a dream.
Yeah, but at least mine is done by people who actually have made more Bravely Default games, unlike Kid Icarus, who's been dead since 2012.
Well, he was dead for 25 years before that.
Yeah, I know. So he'll be dead for 25 years more.
They actually make that joke in the game.
Oh no, I know. It's a
a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And like that's a self-fulfilling prophecy that you put in right there. Bravely Default and Bravely Second Step will be back. I mean, Bravely Default 2 technically wasn't a continuation to it, but they could still do it. Like if they like re-release this and then we finally get I forget what like the rumored title was, but there was supposed to be a third game that would fit in with the original Bravely Default universe because they were going to space with Space Wars.
I don't know.
That's what happens when you introduce a person who came from the moon in the second game.
Wind Waker plus Twilight Princess.
Just ports. I would like that.
Yeah.
Just take the HD remasters and put them on the Switch.
They could, and I'm not against it.
Like those are the only two Wii U games that I think like they could do. Just make it a bundle pack though.
I don't know why they just didn't make the Zelda whatever last year was and give us Skyward Sword
30th
Yeah.
30th anniversary
Yeah,
like
just give
3D
us
collection
Wind Waker
thing. I don't know.
3D All Stars.
Yeah, the Zelda 3D All-Stars. Why didn't we get that?
I think they just wanted to give you the Skyward Sword remake instead.
It is a good remake. Who asked for that? I am not saying it's a bad remake. I'm glad we got it. Who asked?
No one wants Skyward
No one.
Sword.
Not many people like Skyward
It was
Sword.
the last one that needed a 3D remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that really was it. It was the last one that
Yeah,
needed
it
it.
is the last one that needed
And so that's why I'm like, they really were like systematic with how they did the remasters.
Like, I don't
So
know.
I feel weird them moving them up to Switch.
Yeah.
Well, I think because.
But like, I get why you can't do the same
Switch
thing.
is a bit better.
You-
honestly.
but you
No,
also-
I want it. And I'm not saying they don't
You'd have
want it.
to
but
you'd have to like recode it because it was built for the Wii U and you don't have the Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, those remasters heavily. I shouldn't say heavily, but they did make good use of the Wii U gamepad in a
I
way
don't-
that you can't recreate.
Yeah, I mean I think Wind Waker did, but Twilight Princess I didn't remember.
No, it added more.
I don't. I,
Well, it
I, I,
added
never,
more
I actually
content.
never played it, but I was pretty sure it used the.
Yeah, it used gamepad more than the.
Like I was
Waker
also
did.
like I would
Like
also
how much
would've-
more are we talking about? If it's just menus, we've seen what they can do with menus.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of wish they would have given us the 3D remakes for Ocarina and Midora, but I get why they didn't because they were so heavily built on that second.
Yeah, no, those two
3DS.
are heavily
You
built. on
could
the
not
3DS.
have done it. Like, it
Those
would've
ones
been-
would have to practically like you could like up-res the graphics and whatnot, but you'd have to remake the entire item system and whatnot.
Yeah, and like it's definitely better on the 3DS than it is on a single screen. It's definitely like they could have done it on the Wii U. Like I definitely could have seen them putting it on the Wii U, but not on the Switch.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it could be possible potentially.
All right, hear
but-
me out. A 3D remake of the original Zelda game.
I'd be. I love.
I'm not opposed. I just don't think it's like.
Oh, it's not likely, but it'd be interesting.
I would actually rather see a game in the vein of the Breath of the Wild like tech demo that they made internally.
Yes.
Where, for those who don't know, they essentially made the NES Zelda game into Breath of the Wild as like a proof of concept before they
I mean,
made.
I can see the compare. I can see it easily.
Yeah,
It's like
no, they made a tech demo.
yeah.
Where like it was looked just like the original Zelda, NES Zelda, but like had some like the fire mechanics and stuff like that.
I get it. I get why you like Breath of the Wild so much. It's because it's basically the original one. You just get a little more guidance.
Yeah.
'Cause, like the original one, it's open world.
Oh, I love the original Zelda.
Yeah,
The original Zelda's
you're
great.
not told where to go. There's no point. There's no. I mean, there's an optimal path, but you can do anything in any order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Now I get it. Makes sense.
yeah, because that's like with open worlds that they feign being open, but they're just like uninteresting.
Lurkus. What?
But they don't. They're not really that open, and like yeah, they have a lot of space, but just like you know where you're going.
Yeah.
But whatchamacallit? I would love to see something like that, where
Yeah.
they make a more interactive version of the NES, like new world, new whatever. But
So kind of like in the style of like A Link Between Worlds was like was a kind of remake of A Link to the Past, but different. It was new.
Yeah. yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Something like that. Okay, that makes sense. I'd be down for that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but otherwise, that about wraps it up. Yeah.
Yeah, you said no Bayonetta 3 instead of Eric's Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, we already talked about that. Though,
Yep.
So.
All right. Any last words?
No, not really. I think I'm just hopefully the direct happens next week.
Yeah, so I was very like a lot of people were saying there's gonna be no direct, and I'm like, guys, there's gonna be no direct because there's no E3, and it's like, guys,
has their
Nintendo
own-
made E3. E3 did not like Nintendo does not need E3. E3 needed get Nintendo.
Yeah.
The fact that E3's not there doesn't change a single thing for
Not to
Nintendo.
mention, we just haven't had the quarterly Nintendo Direct. They do it quarterly, basically.
Yeah.
So it's
And so that was my one thing, was just like, calm down, we're going to get it. Xenoblade scares me a little bit.
I don't
but-
think it should. They did the same thing for Xenoblade 2. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, I thought they did it after though.
sure, but I mean, it's not like we haven't had game-focused directs before main ones before either.
Yeah, so that was the first time I got noticed when they announced the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 thing. Before then, I'm just like, guys, just shut up. They always announce a direct like a day before they actually do it. Like, they're going to. It's Nintendo.
A day in Japan, but like 2 days for us.
Yeah. But like, it's Nintendo. They always do it. They've always done a digital show, so they never do the physical E3 stage.
Well, they've done digital shows since 2014.
But 2014 is a mighty strong presence.
Actually, no, 2013, because
Yeah.
Smash didn't come out until 2014, but they announced it. Actually, no, it was 2012.
Yeah.
2012.
So they don't need the physical stage presence, is what I'm saying. And for Treehouse, they can do Treehouse from anywhere. They have been during 2020. They did Treehouse from home. We can do Treehouse live and we can have the big digital showcase without E3. Nothing changes because we don't have E3.
I mean, heck, they may not just. I mean, honestly, Treehouse Lives. I mean, while they give nice insights into the game,
I don't think I've
They
ever watched
do-
the Tree Houses.
and there's the point.
I just I don't
I
want
watch
it
all
spoiled for me. I want to go in with like
I just like seeing like them explaining like their thought process.
Yeah, they'll get developers on sometimes.
I
and
did.
they
I thought it was
interview.
just showing gameplay.
They'll
I
they announce new games, but technically it's smaller games that they'll announce.
I guess
There was
I'm
one they were
honestly-
hyping up, and then you get to it, and it was Bakugan.
back
It
again.
was like, that's dumb.
That's honestly why I just don't like look forward to like they say like if they announce something, but even then most times Treehouse doesn't announce stuff. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I've enjoyed Treehouse from time to time. There was one girl that did the Fire Emblem stuff, and she was terrible, but they had her for every Fire Emblem one.
Yeah.
I forget her name.
Yeah, I don't remember. She just really loves Xander.
Yeah.
I wonder where the Faye joke comes from.
Oh gosh.
I'm pretty sure they know that was a meme.
Probably. I'm not saying I'm a big fan of Treehouse, but I'm just like, don't worry about it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get.
I mean, we may not even get Treehouse, but even then, we'll still get a direct.
Yeah, we'll
at
still get the
very
direct, and
least.
that's the big thing.
Yeah.
I think we're still gonna get the big showcase direct that we would have gotten. I don't think they're gonna scale it down just because E3 was canceled.
Well, I mean, they could have just be like, well, since it's not coming out for a little while, we could just hold back. I mean, because they only like having like 1 or 2 big announcements per direct, you know, and they usually bookmark and bookend the directs.
Yeah. E3 they will sometimes do bigger stuff. Like they'll have like 4 or 5 announcements.
Yeah, it's more like 3, honestly.
Yeah, 3 to 4. For E3 ones, some of the directs specifically.
Because usually they just throw in like a bigger one in the middle, but I don't think that'll really happen this time. So.
But we haven't had a direct since February, which I could have sworn I remember there being April 1.
Nope.
Yeah. I could have sworn there was, but I guess not.
I think it was a Pokemon one you're thinking of.
Yeah, maybe. So, like, it's definitely would do for one. Don't worry about it. Like, they're not canceling directs. We're gonna get one.
I mean, even if it isn't next week, we'll get it sometime in the summer. But regardless, anyways, that about wraps up our thoughts on our predictions. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to do everything that everyone else says. And
Ring the bell.
All right.
all right, bye.
Bye.